So this is the form I-130 or Petition for Alien Relative. This form has 12 pages and this is the first page. So dito sa upper portion ng page 1, first page, may nakalagay for USCIS use only. Then sa lower portion yan, may nakalagay to be completed by an attorney or accredited representative, if any. So if you have a lawyer, they will fill it out here. But if you don't have one, leave it blank. Start here, type or print in black ink. If you need extra space to complete any section for this petition, use the space provided in Part 9, Additional Information. Complete and submit as many copies of Part 9 as necessary with your petition. So meaning Part 9 of this form is just for extra space or extra sheet of paper. So if you have to write down more information, you have to write it down on Part 9 of this form. So let's start here. Part 1. Relationship. You are the petitioner, your relative is the beneficiary. So for this video, let's assume that you're filing this petition for your spouse. So I'm gonna show you how to fill out part 1 through part 3 of this form. So this is the part 1 here. The petitioner is the U.S. citizen or the lawful permanent resident, and the beneficiary is the spouse or the foreign citizen. So let's assume that you're filing this petition for your spouse. So item number 1 question, I am filing this petition for my, select only one box, so click spouse. Item 2, if you're filing this petition for your child or parent, select the box that describes your relationship, select only one box. So item number 2 question is not applicable because it's asking if you're filing this petition for a child or parent. And since we're filing this petition or you're filing this petition for your spouse, so number 2 question is not applicable and you don't have to choose. Number 3, if the beneficiary is your brother or sister, are you related by adoption? And again, the question 3 is also not applicable because it's asking if the beneficiary is your brother or sister. The beneficiary is the spouse, so it's not applicable and you don't have to choose. Number 4, did you gain lawful permanent resident status or citizenship through adoption? So click yes if yes and click no if no. Part 2, information about you, petitioner. So part 2 is asking information about the petitioner. Item 1, alien registration number, A number, if any. So you have to provide your A number. If the petitioner is a lawful permanent resident and if the petitioner is a naturalized citizen, so you have to provide your A number. But if the citizen or the petitioner is a U.S.-born citizen, leave it blank because U.S.-born citizen has no A number. Number 2, USCIS, online account number, if any. So provide your online account number here if you have one. But if you don't have one, leave it blank. Number 3, U.S. Social Security number, if any. So here, your A number, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then your full name. So here, petitioner's full name, the last name, first name, then middle name. And that's the page 1 of the form. Now we're on page 2. Information about you, the petitioner. So page 2 is basically continuation lang siya ng page 1. Other names used, if any, provide all other names you have ever used, including aliases, maiden name, and nickname. So here, you have to provide kung yung petitioner is my other name used. So if the petitioner has no other name used, just print down none. At kung may more than one na other names used or aliases yung petitioner, you have to provide the first one here, then the other one you have to write down on part 9. Other information, city, town, village of birth. So, let's say Cleveland, country of birth, let's say USA. Date of birth, format is month, date, then year. Then click male if the petitioner is male. Then click female if the petitioner is female. Then, asking about mailing address. So, petitioner's mailing address. Here, 10A through 10I. So, here, you have to write down the petitioner's name, then street number, street name, then city, town, state, zip code, then country. Then item number 11, is your current mailing address the same as your physical address? So click yes if yes, and click no if no. Let's see. No. Yes. Then, if you answered no to item number 11, provide information on your current physical address in item 12A through 13B. So, here, if you answered no sa item number 11, you have to provide your current physical address. Address history. Provide your current physical addresses for the last 5 years, whether inside or outside the United States. Provide your current address first if it is different from your mailing address in item numbers 10A through 10I. So here, you have to provide your current physical address here on item number physical address number 1. But if your mailing address and physical address is just the same, or if you answered yes to sa item number 11, leave it blank here. Then physical address 2. So dito is kung may other physical address, kasi you have to provide your physical addresses for the last 5 years. But if the petitioner lives in the same address for the last 5 years, here on physical address to just print NA. Then your marital information, how many times have you been married? So let's say 1. If 2, indicate 2. Number 17, current marital status. So click single. If single, never married. Then widowed, separated, married, divorced, annulled. So let's say married. And that's the page 2. Now we're on page 3. Part 2, information about you. So continuation. Number 18. Date of current marriage, if currently married, so you have to provide the date. Let's say 09/20/2017. So just a sample. Then place of your current marriage, if married. So you have to write down or provide your place of marriage. So let's say Davao del Sur, Philippines. If you got married here in the US, so provide the city or town, then state, and just put USA or country here, and you don't have to fill out province because there's no province in the US. Then here, names of all your spouses, if any. Provide information on your current spouse, if currently married first, and then list all your prior spouses, if any. So here, spouse 1, you have to provide your current spouse name or current spouse information. Here, last name, given name, and middle name. Then dito sa 21, date marriage ended. So here, just print NA, not applicable because you're still married or still currently married. So print NA. Then spouse 2, dito is if the petitioner twice kinasal, so you have to provide the prior spouse information. Kung 3 times naman kinasal, you have to list down the spouse 3 information on part 9. Then, information about your parents, parent 1's information, full name of parent 1. So here, either way, you can write down your father's information or your mother's information. So here, last name, first name, middle name, then date of birth. The format is month, date, then year. Then click male if you list down your father's name here on parent 1. So let's say male. Country of birth, let's say USA. City, town, village of residence, let's say Cleveland. And country of residence, let's say USA. Now, parents 2 information, full name of parent 2. So here you can list down your mother's name. So here's the last name, the first name, the middle name, and the date of birth. Then click female for the mother. Then country of birth, let's say USA, city, town, village of residence. So let's say Cleveland, then country of residence. Additional information about you, petitioner. So number 36, I am a select only one box. So select U.S. citizen if U.S. citizen, or select lawful permanent resident if the petitioner is a lawful permanent resident. If you are a U.S. citizen, complete item 37. So if you answered U.S. citizen here, you have to complete item 37. So you have to answer the question 37. My citizenship was acquired through select only one box. So you have to click the box where you acquired your citizenship. So if you acquired your citizenship by birth here in the US, so click this one here. Then if you acquired your citizenship through naturalization, so click naturalization. Then if you acquired your citizenship through your parents, so click parents. Item number 38, have you obtained a certificate of naturalization or certificate of citizenship? So click if yes and click no if no. If you answered yes to item number 38, complete the following. So if you answered yes here, you have to provide information, your certificate number, place of issuance, and date of issuance of your certificate. And that's the page 3. Now we're on page 4. Part 2, information about you, petitioner. So page 4 is continuation lang din siya. So if you are a lawful permanent resident, complete item 40A through 41. So if you are a permanent resident, the petitioner is a permanent resident, you have to provide information here, your class of admission, date of admission, city of admission, state of admission. Then, item number 41, did you gain lawful permanent resident status through marriage to a U.S. citizen or a lawful permanent resident? So, you just click yes if yes and click no if no. Then, employment history. Provide your employment history for the last 5 years, whether inside or outside the United States. provide your current employment first. If you are currently unemployed, type or print unemployed in item number 42. So here, if you are currently unemployed, you have to write down or print unemployed. But if you are employed or currently employed, you have to provide your employer's name or company's name, then company's address, then what kind of occupation, then date when you started your job. But you have to provide your employment history for the last 5 years. So here, employment number 2. But if you work on the same company for the last 5 years, here dito sa employment number 1, if you work here for the last 5 years, the same company or the same employer, here in employer 2, just write down NA. Then part 3, biographic information. Provide the biographic information about you, petitioner. So the petitioner needs to provide his or her biographic information. Number 1, ethnicity. Select only one box. So click Hispanic or Latino and click not Hispanic or not Latino. Then race. Select all applicable boxes. So let's say white. Then number 3, height. So let's say the petitioner is 6 foot and 0 inches. Then number 4, weight. So let's say the petitioner is 200 pounds. Then petitioner's eye color. So let's say blue. And that's the page 4. Now we're on page 5. Part 3, biographic information. So continuation, number 6 question, and that's the last question for the part 3. Hair color, select only one box. So let's say blonde. And that's the part 1 through part 3 of the form I-130. And I hope you subscribe on my channel if you haven't subscribed yet. And if you have some clarification, questions, concern, don't hesitate to comment below and I'll do my best to respond on your concern. If you have some more information or some more clarification, just let me know. And that's the end of the video, guys. Let's see you on my next video for the part 4 through part 9 of this form I-130. Thank you for watching and God bless.